The tension in Solo Leveling Season 2, Episode 11 escalates dramatically as the stakes in the Jeju Island raid spiral out of control. This episode is pivotal, marking a brutal turning point in the conflict between hunters and the monstrous ants. Titled, "It's Going to Get Even More Intense," the episode shows the consequences of underestimating the enemy and the emergence of a terrifying new power, the Ant King. The episode opens right after the intense battle against the Ant Queen, where the S-rank hunters, led by Baek Yoon-ho and accompanied by Cha Hae-in, Dong-wook, and others, managed to defeat the Ant Queen through strategic coordination and sheer force. For a brief moment, the hunters experience a feeling of triumph. They had succeeded in eliminating the head of the ant nest, and the mission seemed almost complete. Baek Yoon-ho stands amidst the ruins of the battlefield, panting, as the scene reflects on the sacrifices and effort it took to reach that point. The broadcast from the hunters' headquarters in Japan shows the world watching as these powerful hunters demonstrate their strength. However, the sense of victory is short-lived. The atmosphere becomes increasingly ominous as a powerful tremor begins to shake the ground. Suddenly, from the shadows, a chilling roar is heard. The camera shifts to reveal the strongest child of the Ant Queen, a massive, terrifying creature far more powerful than any of the previous ants they had fought. Upon discovering its mother's decapitated body, the child's expression shifts from confusion to pure rage. It roars, signaling its awakening and full intent to avenge its mother. The hunters are caught off guard. Before they can reorganize, the progeny attacks with lightning speed, decimating the remaining forces. S-rank hunters like Akari Shimizu, Tatsumi Fujishima, and Kenzo Tanaka are swiftly overpowered. Their advanced combat abilities and strength are no match for the child's ferocity. The sequence is brutal and unforgiving, with each hunter falling in rapid succession. As if the situation couldn't get worse, the episode takes a darker turn with the appearance of the true Ant King. This colossal being emerges from the depths of the nest, enveloped in a terrifying, oppressive aura. The sheer magnitude of his presence causes even the strongest hunters to stagger. His appearance is both grotesque and awe-inspiring, an amalgamation of monstrous strength and ancient evil. The Ant King's first attack reveals his unique ability, gluttony. This power enables him to absorb not just energy, but the very life force and abilities of those he consumes. As each hunter is defeated, his strength grows, making him an even deadlier adversary. The sequence emphasizes how hopeless the battle becomes in an instant. Even Kei, who attempts to wield ice magic, is brutally overcome. The episode doesn't focus only on action but highlights the internal conflict within the Japanese leadership. Ryuji Goto, a respected strategist, quickly assesses the severity of the situation. He understands that continuing the fight would result in total annihilation, so he orders a tactical retreat. However, this decision sparks controversy. Chairman Matsumoto, driven by pride and a desire to save face for Japan, opposes retreat. He sees pulling back as an unacceptable disgrace, not just for the Japanese hunters but for Japan's national pride. This conflict showcases the dangerous arrogance that pervades their leadership, as Matsumoto's priorities revolve around status and reputation rather than the lives of his subordinates. Meanwhile, Korean hunters, led by Baek Yoon-ho and supported by Cha Hae-in and other allies, prepare themselves for the confrontation with the Ant King. Unlike the Japanese, their mindset is far more pragmatic, focused solely on survival and eliminating the monster. The tension between the two national groups subtly emphasizes the political and cultural differences in handling such threats. Baek Yoon-ho's leadership shines in this episode. His tactical mind is on full display as he instructs the Korean hunters to stay coordinated and move with caution. Their understanding of the Ant King's power grows, forcing them to reconsider their approach. Cha Hae-in, known for her sensitivity to mana, begins to feel the overwhelming presence of the Ant King. The sheer concentration of hostile energy causes her to stagger and nearly collapse. This moment highlights her vulnerability and the immense challenge they face. Her emotional struggle adds depth to her character, making her more than just a warrior. She becomes a symbol of determination in the face of overwhelming odds. The climax of the episode is marked by the Ant King fully arriving at the battlefield. His grotesque figure towers over everyone, his eyes blazing with fury. The camera captures every brutal motion as he turns his gaze toward the remaining hunters, especially targeting Ryuji Goto. Ryuji tries to resist, attempting to make a stand against the unstoppable force. His pride, though battered by the reality of the situation, pushes him to face the Ant King head-on. This sets up a high-stakes confrontation where survival seems almost impossible. The episode ends on a suspenseful cliffhanger, leaving viewers anxious to see who will survive and what strategies will be devised next. Beyond action, this episode delves into the themes of pride, arrogance, and the harsh cost of underestimating. The Japanese hunter's initial overconfidence proves fatal, serving as a cautionary tale of hubris in the face of the unknown. Chairman Matsumoto's obsession with national pride starkly contrasts with Baek Yoon-ho's pragmatic and tactical approach, setting up a moral comparison that enriches the narrative. Cha Hae-in's character development is particularly significant. Her physical sensitivity to mana and her mental fortitude illustrate the personal cost of battling these powerful foes. She symbolizes resilience in the face of despair, giving the episode an emotional layer beyond pure action. The animation quality stands out in this episode. The fluidity of action sequences, the detailed character expressions, and the horrifying design of the Ant King all contribute to a cinematic and immersive experience. The use of dramatic lighting, slow-motion effects during key battle moments, and intense sound design amplify the atmosphere of dread. Episode 11 of Solo Leveling Season 2 is a masterclass in tension building. It effectively transitions the story from a battle of confidence to a desperate struggle for survival. The introduction of the Ant King as a new and overwhelmingly powerful antagonist raises the stakes dramatically, forcing hunters to confront the true horrors lurking in dungeons. As the Korean hunters prepare for the inevitable clash with the Ant King, the story leaves the audience eager for the next chapter. Themes of hubris, sacrifice, and strategic leadership provide depth, while the brutal action keeps viewers on edge. This episode is not just about the external battle, it's a reflection of internal conflicts, pride versus survival, and the terrifying unknown that awaits those who challenge fate.